Hi guys, it's Anna. This is Ben, but Anna will be talking right now. I just wanted to apologize for the delay and for how my voice might sound for the uploads coming out today or the next couple days. I am sick and I might sound a little congested and a little funny, and I have tissues with me, and we're good. We're good. I don't have a cough anymore, so that shouldn't be annoying to anyone because it shouldn't be happening. Cool. Hi, I'm Anna.
I'm Ben.
We're AutoSave. Welcome to our channel.
Today we're watching Dungeon Meshi Season 1, Episode 8. Is Lio still sick?
Maybe
if he
a little
is,
bit.
that means Marcille surely will be giving the best bedside manner possible.
Mm-hmm.
Still, I love Marcille.
She's such a great character, and her and Senshi have come to understand each other just a tad bit more.
Yeah.
After last episode. Also, I think what I am most excited about at this moment in the series, other than just the inevitable, hopeful saving Fallon situation, I want to know what the dynamic with Kabru is actually going to be like in this series. Is it gonna be the forever giving him the runaround? We're never going to actually meet up, and he's forever going to be chasing after Laios, and then they end up in a situation where they almost die, and Laios and his group end up saving them and then have a meal, and then Kabru and his group wake up and realize that someone lit a fire and had a meal and stole their grain, and then that's just going to be an endless loop? Or are we actually gonna have them meet up soon? That is what I'm most
If
curious
you're
about.
Kabru or in Kabru's group, and you have now died twice going further into the dungeon, are you going to check yourself and be like, maybe I should level up a little more first?
Maybe we're just shouldn't be here.
Yeah. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Sweet. I need more attention given to the spell that has light Navi orbs following our parties in the dark.
Would you be wielding a sword, magic, axe? What do you think if you were a dungeon adventurer?
Dual wielding swords.
Ooh.
Because of my incomprehensible desire to be Kirito.
I would want to be Robin in Fire Emblem. Being a healer is too much pressure. I wouldn't want to be the healer.
I would like being the healer.
Okay. I was who is it gonna be waking up?
Oh no.
Checking if he's breathing. Why'd you gotta scare me like that? He looks so gaunt.
Yeah. Humans are part of the ecosystem. The past party.
The old group. How long ago?
Whoa!
Is this fictitious? Court mage.
I love her hair. Spirit breeding experiment.
They look so cute.
This is so cool.
Oh, okay. The levels.
Dungeonium.
And see if they all died.
How to create a safe dungeon. Wow.
Such good goals.
Fallen!
They knew each other.
服汚れませんでした？あの子いつも泥だらけだし、自分
No.
もよくサボるから落ちこぼれで。
おのおの自分の瓶を持ち出したら、どの程度精霊が残っているか確認しましょう。
なんとか生き残ってる。
I want to know what's going on in Fallon's jar.
精霊がたくさん残っていれば火は大きく燃える。
ほぼ状態を維持してるね。上出来上出来。
Giant fire.
Oh shit!
Yes!
A prodigy.
That's awesome.
ずいぶん増えたわね。
She's so cute.
あなた、あの状態は一体どうやって？ごめん。
No, it's a good thing.
そこはどこ？
ダンジョンと同じくらいいるんじゃないかしら。
As you'd find in a
サン
dungeon.
プルになるわ。
本物のダンジョンなの。こんな抜け穴が。
Is that why she's always late and skips
And
class?
covered in mud. She's been going in a real dungeon.
This is like Bridge to Terabithia.
Please no.
Oh. Fallon would love Senshi.
バッタもキイチゴも得ない。
So now we know that the siblings stressed her out so early on.
初めて見た。大丈夫。よく来てるから。
No.
乾いた地面を歩けば安全。
The inspiration for the
ダン
jar.
ジョンの中って精霊だらけなのね。いつもここまで来て何してるの？手紙書いたり、本読
Just
んだり。
hangs out.
完全にサボりの産物か。ここを耕してマンドレークを植えれば安全にダンジョンの魔力を利用できる。いける。
But don't go in the water. She said as long as you stay dry.
スライム。日の光が差してる場所までは来ないから。スライムはコウモリの糞を分解して魔力にしてるの。
Wow.
あの子たちがいなくなればダンジョンが死んじゃう。
Really is an ecosystem.
美味しい。これだけ美味しいと他の動物の餌にもなるんだろう
The
ね。
ecosystem.
こ
You're
こ
just
の
a
コウモ
part
リ
of
は
it.
何を食べてるのかな。このキイチゴがどんな時期に育つのか、どんな動物が食べるのか。
Your curiosity's growing.
そういうことを知らずにダンジョンは作れない。
She's knowing the complexities that she still has yet to like figure out for her own
勉強
dream.
不足だ。私、魔術のことだけ勉強すれば上達すると思ってたけど、それは違うみたい。
That's why she became an adventurer.
ところで私パリン、お姉さんは一体誰？私はマルシル。パリン、あなたと友達になりたいの。
学校始まって以来の最後
The fact that Fallon didn't even know who she was.
だから学校じゃ優等生だったの私は。
It's okay, I believe you.
この迷宮はとんでもない場所なの。狂乱の魔術師がもし存在するならば、間違いなくまともな存在だよ
So like Marcel wants to do the same thing, but for one that like is good for society.
余計な世話じゃ。
Mmm.
そも魔術嫌ってるけど、迷宮自体は魔術でできてるものだから。
あれは君のことだったのか。
Like a memory from
魔術
Fallon.
学校に入学したばかりの妹からの手紙は、ある時友達ができたと報告があってからは毎日が楽しそうだった。
No.
Oh.
すごい人なんだといつも褒めていたよ。
ライオスのことも褒めてたよ。尊敬してるって。
そうか。
何がすごいの？犬のモノマネがすごい。早くファリンを助けに行かなきゃ。
Yes.
ほらほら、目が覚めたんなら早く起きて起きて。
奥から聞いたレッドドラゴンの出現場所がここだ。
おー。
2日もありゃ着くか。 向こうもじっとはしていないだろうが。
So much has happened, I almost forgot.
Spell the boil water.
外に出てるから。
いいよ、そこにいて服着たままやれるから。現実の魔法とか勉強しとくべきだった。そういう問題じゃないよね。前は男女比半々で楽だったな。
私らはここで抜ける。
そんな。
Wow.
どうしても今じゃなきゃダメ。まだファリンの行方だって分かってないのに。
悪いけどこっちも生活がかかってるんでね。
仲間だと思ってたのに。
Thought that they were our friends.
That's fair. I mean, they didn't want to go save the person who saved them.
そろそろ行くぞ。
おっと、沸かしすぎた。
Whoa.
What?
Undine. Whoa. Crazy shot.
Oh no.
水が動いとる。
武器はダメだ。火がないと。
But the staff we don't have. Oh, and the candles burned out.
マルシル、一人で何とかしろ。
そう言われても。
She doesn't have her staff.
Damn.
Well, they did say when the candle burned out, they were gonna wake him up.
マルシル、何ぼーっとしてんだ。
水に近寄らないで。水上歩行が切れてるんだから。
マルセル、まずい、立ち止まるな。
Through her leg.
この足じゃ逃げ切れない。
It has you like trapped.
How do you beat it?
A lot of fire? Do you need like a lot? Is it invisible?
Oh!
ストロークて見てられない。
もうあまり魔力がない。この一撃で何とかしないと。どこ？何か変化。いた！血で色が変わってる。
It's covered with blood.
Oh, shit!
マルセル。
Ooh, heavy armor. Ooh, pull him back. Come on, chill chop.
ここはひとまず。
逃げろ。
マルシル、具合は？
パンチは無理。
We're supposed to
ごめん。
have a while before we can rest again once we leave here.
この先魔力切れの魔術師を連れてはいけないぞ。水上歩行がない以上どこにも行けないが。
More water.
他の冒険者が通るのを待とう。
そう都合よく他人の面倒を見る冒険者。
Kabru's group.
取引できるようなもんねえんだぞ。
肉。ひょっとしてその中にはレバーもあるのか？
無論だ。レバーの鉄分は良質だからの。
What?
鉄分。これは。
Blood. Oh, it'd be good for her to eat.
焼肉だ。
She had a lot of blood loss. It could be good food for her.
God, it looks so good. I'm so hungry.
レバー、バラ、モモ。
I don't eat meat, but I would say this looks like a yummy like hot pot. I like it.
The marbling looks amazing.
She had just spent the night taking care of him.
すまんマルシル。先にいただく。うん。癖がない
Her
な。
face.
おお、ちょっと筋っぽいがうまい。
どちらも食べたことがないからわからないのは残念だ。
The lingering.
バラ。
油が甘い。
柔らかいな。
マルシル、レバーが焼けたぞ。
俺これ好き。
レバーだマルシル。
テール。
なんか不思議な味だな。ほれ、マルシル。
レバーじゃん。
More liver.
How dare you be stingy.
魔力が回復する肉があればな。
なんでバジリスクに魔力層詰めたよ。
なんか匂わないか？下からだ。肉が焼ける匂い。
Wait.
Karu.
料理でもしてる
No, no, no.
Oh, you're right.
ったく
Oh my god. Oh my god.
こんなところで肉焼くバカは。
You wouldn't know? I mean, they didn't have Senshi before, so it makes sense. Laios was probably more tame then.
Yeah. Okay, that was Dungeon Meshi Season 1, Episode 8. Man, I loved that episode. Specifically, like, the first half of it when we got to really look at Marcial's past and how she met Fallon. That was wonderful.
It's almost like it surprised me. Like, I would say I wrote down in my notebook, ghost episode. Because the ghost episode, when we made, like, that ghost ice creamy kind of situation, and the ghosts and the zombies were an issue, the first time we, like, kind of met Kaburu's group around then, I thought that was going to be the extent of us having any kind of idea to theorize Marcial's feelings about Fallon and their possible relationship. Because I remember her talking a lot about, like, oh, well, Fallon was the one that was good at this. Fallon was the one that was good at handling ghosts and handling these situations and warding them off, and, like, more of that idea of, like, Marcial talking about Fallon and missing Fallon, and a feeling that she respected her and thought really highly of her. And while that's been this goal the entire time, is to save Fallon, it's interesting how this story, the narrative, has kind of been created that takes the viewer even off topic.
Yeah.
Like, we keep almost forgetting what the point is. And I think that's intentional. Like, I almost forgot that the red dragon was even, like, a monster that we were, because I'm so into the cooking aspect and the exploration aspect and the, you know, discovering new monsters in this dungeon and the ecosystem of the dungeon. And even that was talked about in this episode. And I really love how it's almost like the writing is checking me. Like, hey, remember?
Yeah.
Like, Fallon is literally in the stomach of a red dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, shoot, you're right. I don't want her to die.
The idea of creating dungeons and, like, different people wanting to create dungeons for different reasons was, like, really fascinating for me.
It hadn't even entered my mind.
Marcial wanted to create a good dungeon, but I like the contrast of Fallon's understanding of what a dungeon is and what things like a slime are doing. It's like, don't shoot first and ask questions later. Try to understand the situation, what's going on. If what is in front of you is actually harmful to you.
And yeah, and the raspberries, like, were they too mysterious or were they safe to eat? I take you back to the orc episode when we get the idea of, like, whoever gets to the bottom and defeats the mage becomes basically king of this dungeon. And I remember we had some discourse between the two of us in the discussion about whether Laios would be a good option to have that power or not. And we talked about, you know, well, Senshi's in this group and stuff like that. And obviously Senshi has already been a part of this ecosystem, seems to really understand it and respect it. Laios has a lot of curiosity and respect for it. And now we're learning that Fallon and Marcial also have a great deal of curiosity and love and respect for dungeons. And it's almost like this group together is almost making the perfect recipe for who could be in charge or make their own dungeon.
We got the line, if this lunatic magician really exists, he's definitely far from being sane. Because of the creation of the dungeon, it's wild because in a sense, yeah, far from being sane, but it's created such a beautiful, like, such a beautiful thing in a lot of regards. And
we always have Laios as that character that's like the butt of the joke, the easy access, insane person.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, Marcial's goal is incredibly, like, obviously it puts sparkles in the kids' eyes as they were hearing it. It's incredibly ambitious, but it's also kind of crazy.
Yeah.
to think that you could create this you could create an ecosystem. You're basically believing that you could someday achieve almost a role of a god.
Yeah.
On this planet. And have it be completely safe for humans. Like, is that something that's like this journey, Marcel's goal is going to warp and change? Like that idea of like, should the dungeon really only be beneficial to people? Or is Marcel going to gain some sort of respect of like, create an ecosystem and have it be beneficial to every living aspect that is within your creation, and not just people on the surface using it almost as like a farm?
When Marcel is like, Senshi, I think you need to find a new place to live. And he's like, don't talk to me about that. Like, don't tell me where to live. And then she's like, yeah, but this entire dungeon is made of magic. And then he just looks away and he's like, I can't
the
hear
like
you.
little look away.
So good.
That was hilarious. The other comedic timing moment was when we keep like we don't give Marcel anything yet, and Laios is like, sorry Marcel, I'm gonna be eating first, and we held on her look of exhaustion and disgust for the longest time as he's talking about this meat.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
I absolutely adored the fight sequence for Marcel.
Undine,
I think.
That might just be like the pronunciation, like Japanese pronunciation.
Gotcha.
It might be an actual mythical creature. I think I've heard of it before.
Interesting.
That might not be from Japanese lore.
We got a shot when she was falling from her perspective, and you could see her hands moving and like trying to grasp what she's doing. It was incredible. Also her moving, like there was so much attention paid to this episode and this sequence in particular that I loved.
I've definitely heard of the Undine before.
Yeah.
I believe it's a water spirit.
Interesting.
Which would make sense with the fact that the spirits, that's why we bring in Fallon and Marcel meeting.
Yeah.
And what it is that kind of drew them together.
That would make sense.
But an incredibly terrifying and powerful and almost invisible. The fact that the only way we can track it is because it was zipping through Marcel and has her blood on it.
Yeah. I like this. Hopefully we can show it on screen. It was beautiful. I loved it.
She blasts out of the air like Team Rocket, and as she's falling back to the depths below, you know, Laios has his arms outstretched, but he's also like in heavy armor. And can you just imagine, you're already like this and something is gonna come and put pressure on your body. Yeah. You're obviously gonna fall in. There's no like recipe here that's gonna make this. You can't hold yourself in a certain way that wouldn't have you teetering into the water here.
Yeah. Also, we got appreciation for Laios from Fallon in regards to a dog impersonation and impression.
He's good at imitating a dog.
That makes so much sense. It adds up.
For you.
Yeah.
Okay. Something else that brings me back to like the Fallon Marcel when they were younger. The fact that Marcel was already thinking about the dog Mandrake situation.
Yeah.
That was something she already had issue with and or wanted to figure out if there was another way to do it.
Yeah.
Which is really compelling because when we meet her now as what is more of an adult than she was then, like we know that they lived a long time. We're not going by human years here.
Yeah.
The fact that when we meet her now, she's like, this is the only way to do it.
You wonder how much like she tried.
Yeah, it's almost like the childhood curiosity from when she was in school and learning. And now that she's out, she's like, well, everything I learned in school is complete truth. Which is really compelling because it's these siblings that are throwing her for a loop. They were from the very beginning. Even in school, she does it by the textbook. She does the spirit breeding by the textbook. And she does it perfectly, but Fallon doesn't do it exactly by the textbook. She does it, you know, sure, she puts the soil where the soil's supposed to go, and she puts water where water's supposed to go. But she gets impure soil.
Yeah.
And impure water from a dungeon. And it's like these siblings have always been from Marcel's school days, opening her mind up to thinking about things of like, yeah, it might be written in a textbook, but have you ever looked at it a different way?
Do you think like the original author of the textbook, when he said this was like, or when they said this was the way to do it, they had somebody like Senshi in their life and they were able to do it other ways, but figured that this way produces a better result for practical use or recipes, so that's what they wrote down? No, okay.
I don't think anyone like Senshi has ever existed before this point. I think that Senshi is just a very special man, and no one has ever even begun to think like him, and if they did think like him, they didn't survive this long.
That's fair.
Because he puts himself in he's become friends with orcs, he takes care of golems' gardens, he believed a Kelpie to not kill him.
I'm still sad about that.
Any other person like Senshi that has existed before is probably dead.
I just don't want to think about Senshi ever dying. Those two words in the same sentence.
Well, he's not going to.
Do you think we're going to interact with our previous member that we see at the end of the episode, or no?
Is it necessary?
I don't think it's necessary. I do want to like shame them a bit for just leaving Fallen.
Fuck you.
Since Fallen saved them, but whatever.
Right. I mean, I get it. You need money. The money literally feeds people and puts shelter over their heads. Like, I get it. It is unfortunately a fact that money makes the world go round, and you need some of it.
Yeah.
So I get the idea that you...
But pay your debts. If you're so focused on money, pay your debts. You're indebted to Fallon for her saving your life. Go save her, then leave the group. Or maybe you know what? Maybe they are trying to go save her, just in a different group. I don't know.
No, definitely not. They seem to be, in my opinion, more focused on the fact that, I mean, they're doing this as their job.
Yeah.
It's basically like someone telling you to take a vacation, a dangerous vacation. Like, a lot of people can't take off work unless it's like paid leave.
Yeah.
So imagine someone's telling you to go take a vacation, you're not getting paid for your time off, and it's a risky business. And you're not going to get any money for it to pay your rent or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. I'm not going to be too mad at them.
I will.
We can shame them a little bit purely just because, like, we want Fallon to be saved and we want people to care about saving her. But it seems like this is just like, it takes me back to thinking about the corpse retrievers and how they kind of do their own withholding of truths and secrets of this dungeon in order to make sure they can line their pockets more with more money.
I had more sympathy for them. All right, that's all I have you.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we hope to see you next time.